Hello, my name is Alex Wedderburn, and today I'll be presenting my senior thesis teaser. The idea of my senior thesis coming about doesn't have any one specific time. It's been an idea that was always with me and always will be with me, but in general it comes about when I read the Bible or hear other people express their views about morality, or when I see different cultures do things that are not acceptable to us or seem weird to us, but is acceptable and normal to them, and their culture embraces it. And since every culture has a huge part in whether a person thinks something is wrong or not, and everybody has different ideas of morality, that is, if they deem something right or wrong or good or bad, it makes me ask the question, well, who is right? And should that right be everybody's right? But there is a common law that all people share. Like, for instance, a lot of people think murder is wrong. That's a part of that common law. But before I blow things up on a bigger scale, like talking about society, I would like to talk about the smaller thing on the scale, human behavior. What drove this question forward was actually another question, which was, why, if we all live in the same world, don't we all have the same ideas and views as the next person? But in conclusion to this question, I figured it was because we all have different views on what we deem as acceptable and unacceptable. What I was seeking to understand with the thesis is what is right from wrong, and should everybody have the same definition of it in order to create a better world? To better understand the question I'm trying to answer, I read The Abolition of Man, written by C.S. Lewis, which could help me look at things on a larger scale. What I mean by larger scale is looking at how easily influenced we are as human beings, whether it be by culture or even by the books we read. The Seven Deadly Sins, written by Solomon Shamil, and Passages from the Duty of Man, written by Joseph Mazzini, help me look at things from a basic human behavior viewpoint, mostly using the top 7 cardinal sins, like slothfulness and anger. I chose these readings because they all talk about different parts of the same point that I am trying to get across. What I found the most interesting when reading these books is again how human beings can be influenced unconsciously and consciously, even if we think we forgot something that thought or something we heard somebody else say can be in our heads without us even knowing it, and still pick at the way we think. My thesis statement is about getting as much information out of these texts to answer the question, to figure out a better way of living, or even asking ourselves questions that can get us closer to one truth. It's about trying to understand someone other than yourself, and even through this understanding yourself as well. In other words, putting yourself in somebody else's shoes and learning more about who you are as a person.